YouTubers, this is Bob. Would you like to join me for a nice hot cup of tea this afternoon? Well, I promised you guys another psychic minute, so here I am. Anyways, I told you that today we're going to talk about the magic of numbers. And I think this is a great subject. Numbers are very, very important in our lives. And you know, throughout our lives, we see a lot of us see recurring numbers. And we always say, I wonder if there's a meaning in that. You know, those people who start to discern that there's a meaning in that are really the people who are very, very gifted spiritually and psychically. So yes, I want to tell you there are meanings in numbers. In fact, there's a whole science called numerology, which, you know, you should study because the numbers represent truths, and they're messages and symbols to communicate with us from the other side. You know, a lot of you have been writing to me and you've been saying, Bob, I keep getting recurring numbers, and you're asking me for an interpretation, and I love to answer those questions. So today we're actually going to answer a few of those. But before we get into that, I wanted to show you a book that I think will be helpful to all of you. This is a book called Men and Numbers, M-Y-N, and this is written by the Reverend Kevin Baird, and you can see his picture here on the back. You guys know him. He always goes out to Leesburg with me. He's a well-known psychic medium, and he also has a channel here on YouTube called Temple of Gaia. So check it out. I recommend this book, and we'll talk a little bit more about it. But, you know, let me tell you, numbers are important. Reverend Baird always says numbers are an angelic language, and I think that's true. And if we look at the foundation of the universe, we can see that the universe is put together in an ordered way. If you study crystals, and I think most people who follow my channel at least own one crystal, crystals are set up on lattice works and structures, and there's always a precise number there. So it's very interesting, okay? And many of you have written that way. I keep having dreams of numbers, and I thought today what we would do for our Psychic Minute is look at some of those dreams. So one of my subscribers, her name is Becky Boo. Hi, Becky Boo. She told me, she says, Bob, I keep seeing the number 143 reappear in my dream. So let's look in Men and Numbers and see what 143 is. Now, the way Reverend Baird set this book up is that it's all done by chapters, and he has every number up through 900,999. So any number between 0 and that number you can find in this book. So we go to the chapter on 100s, okay? And here's the chapter on 100s. And the number 100 means now, stuff occurring now. And if we break it down to number 143, like Becky Boo sees, 143 means now supports prosperity. And you can see here how we set it up. Each number is coded and has a translation. So there is a wealth of information in this book. So Becky Boo, I will agree with Reverend Baird because 143 means that you are now being supported by the universe and moving into a place of prosperity. So the fact that you're seeing that is your guide's clues to tell you that you're on the right path. Okay, so keep going. Okay, one of my other subscribers writes, this is from Midnight Pixel, and she says she keeps having a recurring dream about the number 15. So, looking in Men and Numbers, we can go here to the chapter. Actually, it's in the first chapter, chapter 1. The number 15, according to Men and Numbers, is now accept. And it translates as, it is what it is. So, you know, Midnight Pixel, what that means is you're now coming into a place of acceptance. and things are going to be as they are. So that's an encouragement to let you know that you are on the right track with that. But again, you can get this in this book. I'm a total fan. I carry this book everywhere I go. And I got another letter from another subscriber, Sophia Dawn, and she says, Bob, I keep seeing 444 everywhere. Okay, so if we look in Men and Numbers, we go to the chapter on 400. Okay, the number 400 deals with issues of support, and 444 in this chapter represents supported through means. So this means, Sophia Dawn, that you are going to be supported, and I believe this means also that through your business that you started, that you will be supported. So that looks like a very positive sign for a very good year. So keep going with your business. So as you guys can see, many times when you can't get to me personally, because I get a lot of letters, if you get Men and Numbers by Reverend Baird, you have access to interpreting and understanding the numbers. And I tell you, this book is a godsend to me, because I oftentimes get numbers too, and they're great. So you can think about that. Numbers are symbols. They represent the universe, and they represent our connection to the divine. So, anyways, guys, I hope that helps. This is Bob Hickman, and this is my Psychic Minute.